Hello, in this video we will see one's mini project using Python which can be submitted for class 11 CBSE, and you may even go ahead with concepts of class 12th and do modifications, additions in it to submit for class 12 CBSE project also. So we will develop a quiz in this. Now for the quiz you may decide the topic from which topic you want to have. So for that you need some questions for that, right? So let us store those questions in a nested list. So in first question I'm just writing some basic questions. You can have any question. Now we will have a multiple choice quiz here in this video. So my first option, correct option is suppose 1, the second is say 2, say third is say 3, and say fourth is 4. Out of these, one of them is the correct option. We may give them user as A, B, C, D as the option, which one you want. So my correct option is D here, so I'll write D as correct answer. Now similarly you can have n number of questions as per your choice. I'll just copy paste this and change something. Say I'm having just 5 questions in my quiz. You can write n number of questions from whichever topic you want. Now say I write here so what is 1 plus say 1, answer is 2. I'll give the same options and say write option number B is correct. Similarly, suppose I give here what is say 3 into 3, options I'm giving say 9, 27, 3, say 1. The correct option is A part. Similarly form some questions. So suppose I have 5 or say 15 slash say 3. Options are 15, 3, 5, 1. The correct answer is 5, that is C. Similarly form any other question. Say what is 4 into 0, options 0, 1, 4 or 40. The correct answer is A. Let us write the correct answer as option A. Now this is a nested list which is storing all the questions. First you have to frame the questions. There's options and the correct option you have to store. Now let us ask the user that how many questions he would like to play, right? We can give the option to the user, enter the number of questions you would like to play, right? Enter the number of questions you would like to play. Sorry. You may write here maximum, whatever maximum questions you have stored in your data, you can write that so that user knows that okay, maximum 5 questions are there. Now for these many questions we need a loop. So for I in range you can handle. If you want to print the question number also, you can have from 1 to n plus 1, so that you can even print the question number. So you may have question 1. Now we have to print the question. Now how to print this question? From this array that is our list, the nested list, the first we want to print. Now in the list the first element is at 0, right? So we need to print this list, nested list, the first elements and that to the first. So how to deal with that? It is basically 0 0. The list first element is at 0, and again it is a nested list, so 0 0 is the first one. Now which one we want? We want to deal with the first one, right? Now here unnecessarily we have to write, now as we are starting with 1, so we may have to write here 1 minus 0. So let us have it as n only. So my I will start from 0. My I will start from 0. Hence question number 1, if I say, it will be at this arrays list zeros 0, right? So this we can print. First of all, the next time when the loop runs, the second question should come up. That means next time this should become 1, next time it should become 2. That means what? The question is in question I 0. So question 1 0 means the second one, right? Okay, similarly we have to print its options. What are the options there? So we can give the user that, okay, the A option is my question I1, that's the first option. Similarly second, third and fourth option we have to give. I'll just copy paste and do some changes. B, C and D, right? So the option B, option C and option D values we will display to the user. So for this project you have to first try with normal list and then the nested list. Now we need the answer from the user, that what answer you want out of these A, B, C, D. So let us take, enter your correct answer or option. If you wish, you may write there that A, B, C or D you have to enter. Which option is correct according to you, the user. Now if this answer matches, our correct answer, and where we have stored this answer? In the fifth, that is this is list 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? So that same question number at 5, if it matches, then suppose let us just give him you give the user message, okay, correct answer you have entered, right? And if not, we can give a message that incorrect answer, right? We can give a message incorrect answer or wrong answer. Okay, before the second question coming up, we may just have a input that, okay, press a key to see the second question, or next press a key to continue. You may do that if you wish to. Fine. When the loop finishes, all programs over, we may give a message, thank you for playing, something like that, whatever you want. Now here we have written here question number 1. Every time question number 1 is coming, but we want it to deal with I. So let us just change that also. Question number I plus 1. When I is 0, 0 plus 1 makes it 1. Let us first run this much first. So how many questions you would like to play? Say I want 3 questions. So question number 1 coming up, that 2 plus 2 is how much? So I say option number D. Yes, correct answer. Press a key. Question number 2, 1 plus 1. Suppose user entered A. It's incorrect answer. If you want, you may print the correct answer also for the user if you are training him. If you are using a quiz, then you may just write correct or incorrect, or you may do some scoring. That also we will do. Question number 3, 3 into 3 is how much? Say A. Now correct answer, press a key. Thank you for playing. 3 questions are done. So we can see the quiz is coming up, right? If you want to do the scoring, say for every correct score, correct answer, you want to give the 10 points to the user. So let us take the score. When the answer is correct, you can increase this variable by 10 if every question is of 10 marks, and you can give the rules in the beginning that every correct answer will carry this much points or marks, whatever, and at the end you may write your score is how much the score variable, and out of, if you want, you can write that also, that is the number of questions which user has opted for multiplied by 10, that is his total score. So you can do that also, that out of this much. So let us run this also. How many questions you want? Say I want 2 questions. So what is 2 plus 2? Say D, correct answer. What is 1 plus 1? Say A, it's incorrect. Press a key, you score 10. So out of how much, if you want, that also you can do. Your score is this much. Out of how much? The number of questions user opted into 10, because every question carries 10 points in our quiz. Let us run this once again, just for the enter number of questions. I want just 1 question, suppose. So what is 2 plus 2? Say A, incorrect. Your score is 0 out of 10. Fine. Now, one point, if you have observed that every time we are playing this quiz or running this quiz, the same question is coming. Same question is coming every time in the same order, because it will be taken in that order. So here the quiz, actual quiz, comes up where we can have the use of random module library of Python, which is we can have import random, so that randomly the question comes up. Randomly the question comes up in every quiz, online quiz and all online exams, randomly some questions comes up. So this list we can shuffle. So random.shuffle is the function under this random module. So this list, that is the question list, we have to shuffle, right? Now the more questions you have, the better it will be, so that every time it looks as if new question is coming up. Suppose you have 100 questions stored and user opted to play 5 questions. So maybe first 5, 7, 10 times he will see different questions. Okay. Now let us run this. Sorry. Enter the number of questions to quiz. Say we want to play 3 questions. You can see the question number 1 coming up, 4 into 0 now. Say A option. Correct answer. 1 plus 1 is, say, correct answer is B. 2 plus 2. Alright. So 3 questions done. Your score is 30 out of 30. Right. So this is how you can develop a project. As I have written here questions of one particular stream, suppose mathematics, you may have these different set of questions for different subjects also, and you can ask the user that which subject you wish to play the quiz for. So you can have in the beginning the options to the user, the math, science, physics, chemistry, whatever, and have those many many questions of those topics, and do that. So that will be a good project, and later on in your class 12th you can have all these questions stored in a file. That will be later. Okay, so I hope you like the concept and you will surely develop some projects, right?